Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Bhupesh. Hope you're doing perfectly well. So, what we're gonna talk about today? Today we'll talk about Grafana LLM, which is the a very niche, a very popular LLM plugin which is being launched by Grafana in the recent past. And the beauty of this Grafana LLM plugin is it can be used in open source flavor as well as it can be used with the Grafana Cloud flavor. So we'll be doing a quick practical implementation of this Grafana LLM. What are the features for this LLM and how we can leverage this to our open source or Grafana Cloud and so on. So this is the official plugin LLM that you need to enable, and this is the official documentation. As you can see, it is available in Grafana Cloud as well as in open source, so you can use it from both. As the name suggests, the LLM means the large language model, which is being provided by Grafana so that you can communicate to the OpenAI API and then get your job done with the help of interactions with the help of models. Okay. Now, there are two ways to configure it. Either you use your OpenAI API directly or you use Azure OpenAI, and then you can simply integrate with the help of your popular AI editor tools like Claude or VS Code and so on. Now, what LLM actually do? So it's an open source large language model Grafana plugin. It can do your powered flame graph interpretation that we'll see it in a while. What is flame graph interpretation? It will enable all your metrics and traces, and it will quickly tell you what is the problem going on with the application. Okay, so it will give you summary of any application matrices or traces. See, so this kind of performance bottleneck of any application, it can quickly explain with the help of your flame graph that we'll see it in a while. That is the first implementation. It can do an incident auto summary, meaning if you have a lot of incidents that are there in Grafana, it can do quickly the auto summary of those incidents. And then it can definitely do the dashboard panel title and description generation and so on. So let's see quickly two, three things in this, and then I will tell you how to do this thing into the open source Grafana. So stay tuned in this session so that we can see the both Grafana Cloud and Grafana open source implementation of this LLM. Now, to make our life easy, I've created a GitHub page so that you can simply run through all these steps into your cluster and then see whether how Grafana LLM are working or not. So there's one more thing, you need to have a Grafana Cloud account so that you can simply use this LLM plugin quickly and then see how it really works. So suppose you have a Grafana Cloud account, you can come down here, you can come down into the plugin section, which is this one, and then simply click here LLM and then simply install it if it is not there. So it is already installed. This is where you see the LLM is installed, and then you can use OpenAI powered by Grafana. You click on then accept, and then you save and test. Suppose I don't want to do any kind of LLM features in my Grafana. I'll do disable LLM features in my Grafana Cloud. It will just disable everything, and then you will not be able to see any suggestions from the LLM onto any of your dashboards. So if I see suppose this dashboard, okay, and I edit any one of the panel, then you will not see that options of the Grafana assistant options of this LLM. The moment you need to enable it, you need to come back here again, go to the plugin. I'm just telling you the first step of it. You open your Grafana Cloud account and then go to LLM, correct? You click on it and then you click this and then you click I accept and then save and test. The moment you hit save and test, now Grafana Cloud will use its own OpenAI LLM models to do that stuff for you because it is Grafana Cloud, right? It is all paid. So now coming back to the same dashboard, which I was demonstrating, you open any one of the dashboard, okay, for that matter. Suppose I'm opening this dashboard and then I'm selecting this. Uh, I should do edit table, okay, and then I'm selecting this panel. Now you should be able to see. Yeah, you can see auto generate. Now you can see auto generate is coming. So it is auto generating the description and the title of this panel by looking at the panel. So that is the first use case of Grafana LLM plugin. Let's see the second use case, which is the flame graph analysis. Now for that, let's do something onto your cluster. So I have a Kubernetes cluster which is there, okay, and it's a single node mini cube cluster. You can simply say kns or k get nodes. So it's a single node cluster that is running with K3D. Let me create a namespace of Pyroscope Java so that we can do everything into this only. Okay. Now I am to this namespace. Let me first of all install node exporter, which will capture my infrastructure metrics and it will go to your Grafana cloud. We want to send the infrastructure matrices so that we can see some analysis, right? I'll do KGP. Yes. So let me go to this MCP servers. Fine. So now let me go inside Pyroscope. Right. Now what this Pyroscope will do, let me see if the pods are coming up or not. Okay, I'm inside now Pyroscope. My node exporter pod is coming nicely, right? So now I'll come inside this Pyroscope. What I'm doing, I'm just capturing the node exporter infrastructure data and then sending it to remote right to my Grafana cloud so that we can do some analysis using Pyroscope. Okay. And then I'm having two applications. One is Java Fast Slow YAML, which is a sample Java application. There's another application called Pet Clinic, and I'm installing Pyroscope. So what Pyroscope will do, it will do the matrix level analysis of these endpoints and then send that data to Grafana Alloy, which will ultimately send it to Grafana Cloud. Or there's one more option. You can have Pyroscope can send that data to your local Pyroscope also, right? But in our case, I am sending it to Grafana Cloud. And from where you can find the Pyroscope URL, it is simple. You need to let me just show you here. Yeah. So this is the Pyroscope URL which I've found from my Grafana cloud. So how to find it? So come here and then click on home, go to your subscription. I'm just telling you how to get Pyroscope URL. Go to your stack and then where's my stack? Yeah, this is my stack, right? And then once you come down to stack, you click, you see there's a Pyroscope. You click on details and then yeah, click on details. You will get this Pyroscope URL which will actually do the Pyroscope SDKs, which will install in an application, then everything will be pushed to Grafana Lab. So this is that URL which you need to copy, which you can copy if you're using Grafana Cloud. If you're using Grafana Open Source, then you can install the Pyroscope separately. So Pyroscope will store the data related to frame graph. Okay. Now let's come back to my documentation. Okay, so I'm already into this folder. Let me now install everything which is there just to make our life easy, right? So I'm into this, correct. I'll do kubectl apply -f dot the easiest command, which will install all the manifest into the current namespace. Let's see. So what this installation will do, it will install a couple of applications and then Pyroscope will do the auto instrumentation of SDKs and then it will send to Grafana Alloy. The Grafana Alloy acting as an agent will send to Grafana Cloud. So in place of if you really want to do everything open source, you can have your Pyroscope running and then add that local Pyroscope into your Grafana as a data source. Simply that is only change. But if you're using Grafana Alloy, you can simply send the data to Pyroscope, which I just showed to you, and then Pyroscope will have all the one thing which I forgot to change. Let me change uh, the IP. Yeah, this IP. I think I should have changed. 1 second. Okay, get SVC. The node exporter IP. Potentially should have been changed. Yeah, this is the IP which I am saying. So I will copy this. I will come back here. Yeah, this is the change. I will do that thing again just to make sure that my updated IP has been used in Grafana Alloy. So unchanged, one thing should get changed. Yeah, deployment is configured. So Let's see. The pods are coming up. It's still coming up. It will take some time. Okay, so now I have seen. I was pod pause the video for a second. Now I can see now the scooter matrices are coming. Let's see if anything is coming to Pyroscope also, which is this Grafana Pyroscope. Uh, yeah, process CPU, and then let's do. Yeah, we're getting some data. Okay, so good, which is good. So, and I'm getting some Pyroscope data also, flame graph. Yeah. Okay, so let me first of all select some. I want to do it for one particular application. One second. Correct. Let me see the applications are running. So we have Pet Clinic, we have Java Fast. Let me delete this application, Pet Clinic one, so that it should run again and should generate some traffic. Port forward, Pet Clinic. Let me generate some traffic from this Spring Boot application so that we can see some relevant traffic from this application also. Okay, interesting, not working. What is the problem? Okay, let me forward to something else. Let me change the code. My system is very slow. Maybe that is the reason it's not working. One second. Okay, click it. Okay, I can see now pet clinic is up. It is taking some time. So yeah, I'm let me generate some traffic from this pet clinic application. I would see some data now floating here. Quickly to my Grafana cloud. I'm hoping that there's no error here. The KGP, my yeah, Pyroscope pod is also running. I want to show you the Grafana LLM beauty. So one second. Yes. Now, so Spring Boot application, I will do this and then I will block memory, text. Okay, so I can see if this flame graph is coming. Let me do the analyze of flame graph. This will do the analysis using Grafana LLM. So that is the beauty of your Grafana LLM plugin because this will analyze your graph and tell you the problems that you have. Based on this, I can see you are looking at the CPU profiling data for our last 30 minutes. Let me execute. So now it is running the Pyroscope query. Humanity first discovered services are available in the profiling data. So now, for analyzing any particular service, it will try to find out. See pet clinic. Ah, interesting. Now you can see some interesting run it is doing, but yeah, there's no data that is coming. Okay, so what I've restarted my Pyroscope service. Now I think data is coming. I can already check. So you need to come here, click on home profile, then you do come on profile types. Now you see the we are having two services. One is faster, one is pet clinic. Let me select the pet clinic. Now I'm able to see the data of pet clinic. I'll click on labels, I click on flame graph, right? and then the flame graph data is coming. Now, this is the feature I was to talk about. So now Grafana LLM will talk to your service, which is Pet Clinic. And since I've installed Pyroscope, it will tell me the problems on this service. So you see performance bottleneck is being analyzed for this application, and then it will tell you the root cause also. But this is all done by Grafana LLM, which is there in the Grafana cloud. So better to have a Pyroscope also installed in your uh, into your server and you get this things. Okay, adopting these changes will reduce. Okay, do it. Okay, do it. Now let's see the same thing for other applications. So this is what I want to show it to you. Let me do it for Java fast application. Okay, and then let me analyze this explain this flame graph. So again, this is being done by Grafana LLM for the other service. This is the second use case of using Grafana LLM. How to improve the memory? I'm asking something else now. So it will check things related to memory of this application, right? So flame graph is actually used for analyzing your application. You can read more about flame graph, how it works. But this is what is the second use case which I want to tell you. And then let's check the other use case which I was telling you. Let's go to the node export or dashboard where we have data, right? Stop the node exporter dashboard, the other use case. Now I have data in this node exporter dashboard. Let's do it for last 30 minutes. I'll edit this and then go back to this since I've already enabled my LLM plugin. So this I'll get auto generated. Please auto generate the description. Please auto generate the title, right? CP breakdown. I want to change something else. Supply, regenerate, right? It will regenerate the title. Okay. So that is what is the second use case you can do it. But the more important I want to show it is the Grafana Pyroscope. Now, for last but not the least, how to do all these things in your open source Grafana, where you need to set up everything. So for that, you need to come down again to this google.com. I'll tell you Grafana LLM. Maybe I'll do a separate session how to do Grafana LLM into your open source flavor. But yeah, what you need to do, you need to come down here. You need to create a Grafana scene. Now, what is Grafana scene? The moment you create Grafana scene and then invoke this Grafana LLM in that scene because you cannot invoke Grafana LLM directly into the open source flavor. Open source requires the TypeScript invocation of Grafana LLM using like this. You import Grafana LLM into one of your scene and then in that scene create a text box and then call any model from that text box using the script. So open source also it is possible. You can simply follow the document uh, how to do it and you need to create actually a scene, Grafana scene. Let me tell you what I'm talking about. Grafana as scenes, right? You create a Grafana scene and then in that scene call your Grafana LLM plugin, right? And then you invoke using a text box. Maybe I'll do a separate session on that. But yeah, now coming on to one more thing which I forgot to tell you. Scene in open source, first of all, you need to create a scene. In that scene, you will invoke a Grafana LLM. And importantly, you need to do one more thing. You come down to your plugin section, okay? And then first and the foremost thing you need to do LLM. Okay, now suppose you are having an enterprise level of API keys. Okay, so you will use this. You will put your OpenAI. I think I already have a URL, and then you put your API key. So how it will happen? The Grafana scene will talk to your Grafana LLM with this API, with this API key configured, and whatever question you will ask, it will get reverted. See, behind the scene, Grafana Cloud is also doing the same thing. If I use this provided by Grafana, they're also using the same thing, and then putting everything back to the flame graph or summarization of dashboards, right? So that is pretty much about today's session. I want to wrap up. because this is a bit hectic session, I would say, which normally, I normally do pretty shortcut session. But this was a session which I want to talk about. Yeah, and last but not the least, do not forget to like and subscribe the channel so that you can get plenty of tutorials on Grafana, OpenTelemetry, and so on. And one more thing which I want to showcase before we wrap up today, I got this uh, Grafana Champion thing which I want to showcase. I've been working with this Grafana tool for so many years, so I finally became a Grafana champion. Just wanted to highlight. So yeah, and do check out other tutorials in the same playlist, other playlist, and in the channel, and do put down into the comment section any doubts and queries that you have, and what are the use cases that you're looking in AI, MCP, and other stuff of Grafana. Thank you, Fahad.